Hey friends, let's read about the planet that has the rings around it, Saturn. So actually, you might not know this, but all four of the gas giants, so Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, all four of them actually have rings. But Saturn just has so many rings that you can see them a lot better. So people always, when they see rings, they think of Saturn because you can see them really well. But actually, Jupiter has rings that you can't see that well. Uranus has rings and Neptune has rings too. Those are the gas giants. So the planets that are made of gas. So like you cannot step on them or land on them. They're sort of like fluffy like a cloud. Nothing can stand on them. So let's read about Saturn. Also, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune are so far away that it would take so long to get there. Nobody wants to visit there anyway, even if they could. All right, here we go. Saturn is the sixth planet from the sun. Saturn is the second largest planet in the sun. So I don't know if you guys have read my Jupiter story yet, but Jupiter is the biggest planet. Saturn is the second biggest. But Saturn is a little further away from the sun. It has an even longer path, longer orbit around the Earth. All right, let's read a little bit about Saturn. Saturn is a ball of gases and clouds. Saturn is called a gas giant. Thick clouds cover Saturn. Saturn does not have a solid surface, so nothing hard that you can land on. Spacecrafts cannot land on Saturn, but they can fly by and get some pictures for us. At least 31 moons move around Saturn. Wow. Earth has only one moon. So can you believe we only have one moon in our sky? Imagine if we lived on Saturn and we could see 31 moons. That would be crazy. Saturn's rings are wide and flat. People on Earth can see the rings with a telescope. So if you look through a telescope, you might be able to see Saturn and see the rings. Saturn's rings are pieces of rock and ice. Some pieces are as big as a car. So all of these rings are actually just a bunch of rocks and ice if you get up really close. Weird, right? Saturn and its rings are almost 10 times wider than Earth. If you put Earth next to Saturn, this is how small the Earth would seem. It is too cold for people to live on Saturn. The air is so cold on Saturn that people could not breathe. So we definitely don't want to visit Saturn. Also, it's so far away from the sun that it gets colder and colder the further away you get from the sun. So no thanks for me. I'll stay on Earth with this air, great temperatures, water. People can see Saturn from Earth. Saturn looks like a bright star. So maybe one night, if you're outside and you see a bright star, it might not be a star at all. It might be Saturn. All right, friends, I hope you liked reading about Saturn. People like to look at Saturn because of those awesome, awesome rings. But don't forget that Jupiter actually has a few rings and Uranus and Neptune too. All right, friends, I hope you liked reading about Saturn. See you soon.